We are already live. I can already see that we are live in AusPath Agency's Facebook page. Good afternoon, everyone. So today we will have an exciting information session with regard to Australia's income and superannuation. And this is for the benefit of the nurses who are intending to work in Australia soon. So first and foremost, we are going to watch the corporate video of AusPath. Please go ahead, Sir Mark.
Hi, I'm Les Unfordorben, CEO of AusPath Agency. Together with my esteemed cousin Frank Unfordorben, our Managing Director, we co-founded AusPath driven by a pressing need, the shortage of skilled nurses in Australia. In the heart of this challenge, we recognise the urgency to act. The aged care sector in Australia is facing a shortfall of nearly 140,000 workers by 2025, with 30 to 35,000 nurses needed each year according to CEDA. Through our thorough research and discovery, we found that on the other side of the world, numerous talented international nurses dreamt of contributing to Australia's healthcare. However, the path to AFRA registration was riddled with complexities and barriers, making it impossible for many to consider Australia as a career option. That's where AusPath stepped in. We streamlined the AFRA registration process, offering a faster and cost-effective journey for international nurses. Our transitional pathway not only simplifies AFRA registration, but also navigates the complexities of visa requirements, including DAMA and company-specific labour agreements. This streamlined approach ensures international nurses can start their Australian nursing career without unnecessary delays. Our strategic process helps navigate the complex process all the way through to selecting the most appropriate visa. This helps to ensure longevity and dedication from employees for healthcare organisations, leading to permanent residency for employees and retention for employers. Navigating this process correctly will ensure success, but getting it wrong can lead to a disaster. That's why you need an experienced team that knows the process thoroughly, all the ins and outs. The last thing employers want is to go through the whole recruitment and migration process only to have the employees leave after a short time. We also developed an intuitive online portal that connects nurses with employers, seamlessly making the entire process streamlined and efficient. Our approach isn't just efficient, it's also financially empowering. AusPath optimises the costs associated with AFRA registration, enabling nurses to pursue their dreams without financial burdens. With AusPath, international nurses don't just navigate registration, they embark upon a transformative journey. Our pathway enriches careers, ensuring dedicated professionals for employers and fulfilling careers for nurses. Our collaborations with industry leaders like iPass Processing, Lee Care Solutions, AusLamed and Christie Migration ensure a constant supply of the world's most dedicated nurses. These partnerships provide our candidates with the best training, resources and support, making them highly sought after professionals. For employers, compliance is crucial, especially in aged care, where the new 24/7 registered nurses and care minutes requirements demand careful attention. AusPath not only meets these staffing needs, but also tackles compliance obligations head on. Our nurses fulfil all employer requirements, easing the burden on training and ensuring quality care delivery. They seek permanent residency and career advancement, making them valuable long-term assets for any organisation. So join hands with AusPath today and be part of a movement that revolutionises healthcare staffing, enhances patient care, empowers careers and fosters global alliances. So register with AusPath now at www.auspath.agency and transform challenges into opportunities.
And that's the corporate video of AusPath Agency. So welcome everyone to our bi-weekly free information session here in AusPath, where you expect to receive the most updated, valuable information about your pathway to the USA. I'm Rachel Olivar, president and one of the founders of iPass Processing and a co-founder of the iPass on Review and Mentoring Academy, and your host here in AusPath webinar session. So AusPath Agency is an onboarding company for international nurses, allied health professionals, and skilled workers who intend to work in Australia. Just a disclaimer though, that AusPath Agency is not a recruitment agency, but an onboarding company. AusPath Agency as well is a registered business entity in Australia. And I'm very honored to be joining this webinar with Sir Frank and Dorben, the Managing Director of AusPath Agency, Sir Les and Dorben, the CEO and founder of AusPath Agency, and with his amazing team. And also, we are also being joined by Miss Michelle, who is the Michelle Sigere, the Employer Relationship Manager from Catholic Super. And we have a lot of discussion that we are going to share to you today on these free information sessions. So guys, just a recap. In the last 2 weeks ago, we talked about how AusPath Agency can help you in your career progression as a nurse in Australia. So if you missed that discussion, feel free to go over the topic via the video here in AusPath's Facebook page. And you may also follow the YouTube account of AusPath. And I'd like to welcome our 33 viewers for this information session. Good afternoon to everyone. Can you please say hi to can you please say to our audience, can you please say hi or let us know where is your currently location so that we can also greet you? Are you currently located in the Philippines, or are you in the Middle East, or are you currently in Australia? Let us know via commenting here in our Facebook page in AusPath so that we will be able to greet you as well. So today, our topic will be an exciting one. The reason why we sacrifice in going outside of the Philippines, our country, far away from our family to give them a better future. So today we will talk about salary. And to add into that as well, we will talk about superannuation. So I'd like to welcome Sir Prak and Dorben, the Managing Director of AusPath Agency, to talk about and to introduce us what AusPath can help us and to know more information about the income for the nurses in Australia. Over to you, Sir Frank.
Welcome everyone. It's lovely to see so many people coming through here today. So today, yes, we'll be talking about the expected income, comparisons of income from Australia to the Philippines. And going through, as we can see there. And today we also have, we'll be talking about superannuation with our special guest speaker, Michelle. So in Australia, we always say the 10 reasons why I should consider working in Australia is we do have one of the best lifestyles in the world, and we have a diverse and welcoming culture. We are the land of opportunity, and we work to live, not live to work. Amazing travel destinations for those people that have that come to Australia, and you always have the chance for a high income potential. We're an English-speaking country, and permanent resident visas are available. Australia currently has a nursing shortage, and registered nurses are in very, very high demand. We have
Sorry to interrupt. I think you're not presenting your slides.
One second.
No worries.
Can everyone see that?
Yes, we can see it.
Fantastic. So with a superannuation guarantee, this is a source of income over and above your salary, your base salary and your wages that you earn. It's a compulsory retirement fund that is provided to all employers, to all employees that work in Australia over 18 years of old and over a certain amount of hours a week. Michelle will be talking a little bit about that as we go along. So Australia also do have one of the world's best medical facilities outright in all of our both regional and metropolitan areas. So it's good to reflect back on what the average salary for a nurse is in the Philippines. This gives us a little bit of an idea of the reasons why Australia is such an attractive option for registered nurses. So we can see that the average salary for a nurse is around about 80,000 pesos per month in the Philippines, Manila. That is equivalent to around about $2,000 a month, Australian dollars. How much do Australian nurses earn? Roughly around about, a nurse would be starting on a salary around about the 5,000 Australian dollar mark. There's a little bit of a difference there, more than double. So 185,000 peso equivalency. That's according to conversion rates as of today. In Australia, we have recognised that there is a shortfall, especially in aged care nurses. So registered nurses in general have a increase in what we call the award wage. The award wage is a minimum set by the Australian government for how much a nurse has to be paid. So anything over and above that level is what your employment agreement will actually show. From the 30th of June 2023, there was an increase of 15% in residential aged care workers. So care workers and registered nurses and all those people that work in allied health as well as trades and services for aged care. This makes aged care one of the most attractive options for international nurses being sponsored into Australia. All right, so we can sponsor, AusPath can provide opportunities to employers that want to sponsor registered nurses and carers into acute care sectors. You will get paid more if you are interested in working in aged care. All right, so however, no matter how many years of experience you've previously had as a registered nurse in Australia, when you commence internationally sponsored employment in Australia, an employer is only obliged to initially pay you at the lowest rate. That works against the employer though, because they are working, they are trying to entice nurses to come work in their facility. All right, it's a big attraction for nurses to come when the base salary is high, but there is also consideration for different incentives that are offered by the employer that we need to go through. So as carers, we can see that the new hourly award rate from the first full pay period on or after the 30th of June 2023 is at 26.73 for a first year. Now, under the migration agreement for visas, you need to have a minimum of 2 years experience anyway. So we would be looking there as a carer, the minimum ratio there is $27. But if you are going to a regional area, which is called a DAMA area, that's a designated area for the migration agreement, in regional Australia, you need to be paid a minimum of $63,000 as a carer in the DAMA area. Nurses will generally be earning somewhere between about $75,000 to $90,000, depending on the employer's agreement with you and what your experience is. As you can see there, we have enrolled nurses as well and different pay points. So the pay points, as you see there, pay point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is for how many years of experience that you have with that one employer. You start on at pay point 1. For every year, you go to the next pay point. As we said, for the considerations for how much Australian nurses earn, employers will often pay above the award rate to entice applicants with experience to apply for positions vacant. Employers are more than willing to negotiate with experienced prospective registered nurses to attract the best quality nurses in their organisation. Employers will also offer incentives in advertised positions with other benefits, such as accommodation assistance and or retention bonuses. That's quite often one of the things that you will consider when you have employment contract offers. So as you can see, a pay point, level 1, pay point 1 is at around $31.03. Most employers will be offering positions starting at around about the $33 mark per hour. Okay. So that can go anywhere up to $38, $40 and so forth. So if you are a very highly experienced nurse, you have a 4-year degree or you have a master's, you're actually going to be paid at a lot higher rate. The highest level rate is you're looking at there is about a level 5 grade 6, which is as a base rate salary of around about 68, 87 an hour. Master's degrees start at $33.51 if you've done a 4-year degree or a master's. Nurse practitioners, a very healthy minimum wage there of $49.17 an hour as well. So when you do the conversions, most nurses are coming to Australia, they're going to be on around about a $75,000 salary. So what does that mean after taxation? And how does superannuation come into play with that? So if you are earning $75,000 taxable income, your take-home pay is around about $5,000 a month, or that works out to around about, most often in Australia, you're paid fortnightly. So every 2 weeks, it works out to about $2,300 a fortnight. Okay, that's your wage is $2,884 worth of income, less taxation of $572. That leaves you with the $2,312. We see there, though, that fortnightly, there is a contribution amount there of $317. That amount is put aside for you in a superannuation account, and that is money that you cannot touch. All right, that is put there for your retirement, and that goes into an interest-bearing account that AusPath can assist you with setting up. We have a partnership here with Catholic Super. Legally, I do declare that we do not have any financial benefits of having this partnership in there. It is just purely for the benefits of our candidates that come through AusPath portal. What is superannuation and how does that work? So at the moment, employers must pay, as of this year, 11.5% of their ordinary time earnings. That is rising to a maximum of 12% in 2025. And this is over and above what your base salary and your earnings are. So this is called the Super Guarantee, and is paid at least quarterly into the nominated super fund. However, Australian legislation is changing, and soon superannuation payments will be paid at the time of any salary payment or any wage payment made. That is coming into effect. I think Michelle will probably talk about that during her talk. However, if an international worker does return home and does not want to apply for permanent residency, there is a possibility to receive your earnings as a lump sum payment. There are catches and there are conditions associated with that, which we'll go through shortly. So if you were, as an example, you were on an income of $100,000 a year and you worked in Australia for 4 years, you could earn in excess of $46,000 extra into your retirement fund that would be compounding interest every year. And that's the super bonus. So there are conditions. If a health professional decides to gain permanent residency, they continue to receive the superannuation from their employment paid into the nominated super fund to access upon retirement. The minimum retirement age in Australia is currently 67. That may change in the future, but that's what it is currently. So I'm going to open up the microphone now through to Michelle to just go through a couple of the slides there. So welcome everyone, welcome Michelle, and thank you for coming through.
Thank you very much, Frank, and thank you very much for all you online joining us on Facebook. It is an absolute pleasure to be here. I will just say that this is all general information, but I'll kick off by saying the Catholic Super has been around for quite some time. It is a fund that is here to help you achieve your financial peace of mind, whether that be today, if you're thinking about coming over to our shores, tomorrow and always. Catholic Super has very long-term returns, very competitive fees, and the products and services that you need to enjoy your lifestyle here and, in essence, when you put your feet up and retire here in Australia, we'll be also looking after you. Our fund is run for members, and when you join Catholic Super, you become part of our family. Our particular area of interest is in hospitals, healthcare, aged care, and community services. So we are, in essence, very caring for our members, and we look after them with lots of personal attention. And that goes from right when you join our super fund all the way through to when you retire and you are possibly unsure of what your next steps. So we're always there to hold your hand. Like Frank mentioned before, superannuation is a very big investment for your future. Other than if you buy a home here in Australia and you gain permanent residency, it is probably the biggest investment and savings that you will have in your lifetime. So it is very important that you look after it from the very beginning. And once again, we're here to help you with that. So what is it? What is super? Superannuation, like Frank mentioned, is an additional earnings of what you earn during the week through your payments, through your employer, which goes into a separate account. You can elect Catholic Super to be that fund that looks after your retirement savings. We have investment options where your money is then invested, and we look after that on your behalf with the input from what you want as well. So everybody that is over the age of 18 has a super fund or is required by law, and your employer is legislated to pay money into your account regardless. If they don't do that, there are fines for that employer. So we call that super guaranteed or SG contributions. It is compulsory savings for your retirement, and it is built up over time. And at the moment, it is 11% of your salary, with in time likelihood to increase. So it is something that you can be proud of and you can look after, and we can help you do that. Next slide, please.
Yep. So I was just going to say, in Australia, it's a little bit different in different places of the world, but in Australia, we have our financial year ends on the 30th of June. So the new financial year begins on July 1st, and from July 1st this year, there is another 0.5% increase, I believe, Michelle, to 11.5%.
That's right. Yes. And so as of July the 1st, the employer is required to pay you 11.5. The good thing to know about superannuation in Australia as well is that it is a very regulated and protected industry. There are very strict rules and very strict measures that the super funds, not only Catholic Super but others as well, have to abide by in the interest of their members. So your money is very, very well looked after, and your money is very, very well governed by the government here in Australia. It is one of the healthiest, strictest financial systems in the world that we have here in Australia. So rest assured you are in good hands. This is a bit of an example of how investing in your current job now and money and savings can impact you in the future. So if you look at that graph on the screen, let's say you were to come over here at the age of 40, and as Frank mentioned, down the bottom of that slide there, you're seeing the age of retirement is 67. So in Superland, we like that money to possibly last you until you're saving until your working age of 67, you retire, and then it's a possibility that you live off that money, and even so combining with the government as well, and that would be your current age, I guess, because you've saved it up for all this time. So starting at a small amount at age 40, you're putting your SG contributions over time. From age 40 to 67, you're looking at a balance of $407,830. So it is quite a significant amount that we look after for you. and we help you along the way. You are able to put more in if you're feeling very keen, and that's what that top lighter green line is looking like. So that is a conversation for another time, but it is an option to put extra if you're feeling like you really are quite confident and want to save even more. The thing with superannuation is once you put it in, it's taxed at a different rate, and once you get it out, there is no tax on that money. You've already paid your tax. The government sees it as a good thing. So it is a very healthy system. It's a very basic system, but once again, looking after it from the beginning is very, very. Once you become a member of Catholic Super, we have a lot of benefits for members. So one of those benefits is Catholic Super providing financial planning, which I can give you general information, which is facts and figures and rules and things like that. But we also have another area which is more personalised financial services, such as, when I retire, what do I do with that money? Do I possibly pay off, or do I continue to save it and keep it for a rainy day? So there's all these sorts of questions that professional financial planning people can assist you with. And as a member, you get that as a free service later down the track. Another added benefit that we are finding at the moment that is very, very helpful is that the world is in a contingency of financial stress and wanting to live their best life. So how can we help you live your best life here in Australia if you come and work as one of our healthcare professionals? Well, we can provide you services which are end-to-end that look after your mental health, your physical, your social health, and your financial health. This is a free benefit for all our members of Catholic Super. So much is so great that I've actually used it myself. So it is a very great way to possibly look at your financial budgeting if you need help with that, an exercise plan, a nutrition plan. So we look after our members not only in their retirement and leading up to it, but all through their career. And this is what you get for free. It's great. It's a really great service. So there are lots of other different benefits of joining Catholic Super and having us help you understand and build that confidence. On my last slide here, I will say, why would you join Catholic Super? It's one of the things you can see on the screen there is that we are highly awarded. We have a service centre that is second to none. We have people like me that are actually out in the field, and I will vouch and say, when I'm out in the field visiting healthcare employers, they are screaming for workers such as yourselves. I deal with a lot of Filipinos, Nepalese, people from the Middle East, and they are loving what they do here because it's such a great lifestyle. And we're able to go in and help them with their financial needs as well. So you will be welcomed, and I welcome you to consider the opportunity that's been put in front of you. And I hope to speak to you soon down the track and possibly when you're a member of Catholic Super. So thank you very much, Frank and Rachel and Les, for having me today. If there's any questions, I'm happy to answer those for you.
Yeah, I'll just add to what Michelle just said there as well. It is not compulsory for people to choose Catholic Super. They are perfectly free and welcome to choose whatever superannuation provider that they wish. We present a partnership here with Catholic Super as an offering to our potential candidates that come through our portal because we've identified Catholic Super and the people such as Michelle that we work with on a daily basis as being of the same mindset and ethics and basically the right type of people that we want to work with ourselves. So, it goes a long way to say, okay, well, we're talking about a financial institution here. Aren't they all the same? No, it's great to see that Catholic Super, for example, has got such a holistic healthcare focus for their members. So it's not all just about the money. It's all about the lifestyle, making sure that the people are around to actually enjoy the benefits of the superannuation guarantee.
We
So,
like to say, we like to say, Frank, that we are here to help people while you're looking after everybody else. And that's the majority of our people that join us, that are out in the workforce caring for others. So we care for them.
Yep, that's what we're all about. So yes, please, if there's any questions, we're happy to field those now.
I think, Frank, one of the points that I'd also like to mention is because this superannuation is really something new to the Filipinos, because we do not know, we do not have this kind of thing here in the Philippines. And for those medical professionals who intend, or really anyone there in Australia, they should have this superannuation, and it's required by the government. So for the nurses who are intending to be there in Australia soon, this information will really be very important for you, and you should be able to understand this one right from the very start of it, so that you have like a well-informed decision on how you're going to make use of this fund and how you're going to invest. So we look at it like a retirement fund, right? It's something like that, Frank.
Exactly right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it came into being, the Australian government decided, post-war, Second World War, to increase the opportunity for individuals. It was originally supposed to be that the Australian dream, where everyone was to work and then, own their own home, have a full-time job, and be educated. So as part of the income stream that people had, and part of the lifestyle was to make sure that individuals were responsible for their own retirement, and they're not to be a burden so much on the actual government themselves, right, for pensions and for government handouts. So
can I just mention one little thing? If
sure.
there are people that are listening that have really big dreams of possibly moving to Australia and living in here and having permanent residency and then potentially buying their own home, superannuation is actually a path where you can invest and use some of that money to actually potentially use that for a deposit for a home as well. It's called our First Home Buyer Superannuation Scheme. So learning about super, like I said from the beginning, is very important because it can help you achieve the lifestyle that you want if you're knowing about it and if you're willing to be educated about how it works. So this particular scheme is open through all superannuation funds, and Catholic Super also encourages it too if you're looking to purchase a home later down the track.
That's an interesting information, Michelle. So I'd like to ask you about that. So for the medical professionals, for the candidates later on who will be there in Australia, so how can are they going to get the fund from the super fund, and then they're going to buy or pay the home that they want to buy? How will it work?
So it's in addition to what the employer puts in. So the way that particular scheme works is if you put in, the government will reward you by giving you that money back in a certain time frame to be able to use a deposit for the home. So not only do you get back the initial, but you also get back the growth that the superannuation fund has made for you in order to use that for for a home deposit. So it is an incentive, and it is available for first home buyers in Australia.
Thank you for that information.
You can't actually live in that home whilst you're investing in that home, though. Okay, it's an investment for the future so that you can actually return that investment, either sell or earn money off rental income from that home for your retirement. All right, so you're not actually getting the immediate benefit straight away into your pocket whilst you're working. The money is basically being compounded and accruing and the benefits of that investment is accruing until such a time as you retire.
And then you take it out and you can use it, yes.
Yeah. All right. So that's just an important one there, that you can't buy a house immediately off the reduced tax rate, which is one of the benefits that you receive with superannuation investments. We're talking about income here on salaries. The average taxation amount is around about between 27 to 30%. As you earn more, the government tax you on a sliding scale a little bit more there as well. One of the benefits of investing in your own super there is that any investments that you put through towards your super is taxed at a lower margin rate. So it's generally around about the 15% rate, so about half of what you're normally taxed at. So that can actually go a long way, as what we alluded to there. We won't touch too much on it here now because it's financial advice and should be undertaken by a professional financial advisor. But there is the opportunity for what Michelle touched on there, called salary sacrificing. So that's something that you can talk to your employer about, and then also directly through to any superannuation providers such as Catholic Super, to basically have the financial plan for your retirement. The earlier you start, the better position that you're going to be. Okay. So just going back through, is there any other questions there, Rachel?
I haven't seen any question yet. I'd like to encourage all our viewers, if ever that you have any clarification or any information that you'd like to be clarified with, coming from Michelle and Frank is here with us to address your concerns. It's very important that as of this moment that we are live here in Facebook, whatever question that you want to ask, feel free to ask now, because we have our special guest here who can address your concerns. So don't feel shy. Don't be afraid to ask anything. Just feel free to comment any questions that you have here in our Facebook page in AusPath Agency.
Thank you. So just while we're waiting for those to come through, just a little bit of information about AusPath and what it is that we actually do. So AusPath, we are a family-run business. We've been in healthcare for over 50 years in Australia, so we do know the healthcare industry inside and out. And looking for employment in Australia, a lot of candidates that come through our portal are looking for an intention for permanent residency. So we can certainly help to you along that pathway for permanent residency. We provide a portal for you to basically advertise yourself. So it's not just putting in your CV or resume into our portal. All of your information, obviously your nursing credentials, your validated certifications go through there. This is an advertisement for you that we then present your information through to employers. So those employers will actually go through our portal, see your profile, and then request interviews. All right. So as you are going through there, we can actually assist nurses to come to Australia on a transitional pathway as carers prior to becoming sitting the OSCE examination for registered nurses. If you go to our website, you can see there's lots of information on our blogs and also videos of other sessions that we've done that explain how that happens. And we do have opportunities for employment in both regional and metro areas in Australia. Again, there are more incentives to go to regional areas of Australia. And there are also incentives to go to aged care, which is our specialty. So the benefits of AusPath through our online members portal is you can register for free. So you go to crm.auspath.agency and we'll continue, we'll have that URL up for the duration of this session. You simply just go through and select your preferred occupation. You enter your details, status, some questions, upload your files and submit. And once approved, we create you a members portal membership account. You are invited to enter as much information as you can, select your occupation, and the members portal tracks your progress and allows potential employers to see your application. So you can go through at any time and upload and edit and update your information. This is critical because it's not going to just be once or twice that an employer will go through. They'll be shortlisting you and other potential candidates for interviews. Now, the more times that you go in there, you update your information and keep it up to date, the better chances that you have of attracting an employer to come back through to AusPath and say, oh, this candidate looks fantastic. Can we organise an interview, please? There's no need for you to go sift through countless job offers and make numerous applications. We'll actually do that on your behalf. We will present job offers and employment contract offers to you post-interviews. And we organise the interviews for you. So once you actually join onto the portal, you will enjoy a half-hour complimentary session with our HR manager, go through your individual requirements and needs. All right, they'll help you to navigate through the actual portal itself and get you in the best position available for employment offers. We have been in aged care for 50 years. Over the last 30 years, the family business here, Lee Care, is an aged care software business. So obviously we've partnered with Lee Care to give our applicants a head start in aged care. Lee Care Solutions is Australia's leading online aged care system. And in Australia, it is important that registered nurses coming to Australia are digitally literate in online reporting methodology. So you're going to find that all nursing homes or all aged care facilities, all acute sectors will always have some sort of computerised reporting system. We have over 800 organisations and we are in 6 countries worldwide, not just Australia. So we can offer you employment with the clients of Lee Care there as well. That we offer complete training, and that's very, very attractive to these employers. We also offer free continuing professional development courses via AusMed. AusMed is Australia's largest online learning platform. It's a single place for continuing professional development. One of the requirements of your registered nurse licence is that every year you are required to do continuing what they call professional development. So you must be shown to have done some every year to continually study and upskill. That's part of your licence registration requirements. So we provide 1 year's free access to over 1,275 online certification courses. So this enables you to have, if you're working in aged care, for example, the 8 aged care mandatory training modules, all for free. So this is worth over $500 as of this year, and we offer that to you for free. As just for signing up onto the portal, you will have access to that. So when you are looking at employment, you can actually share your digital certificates and your digital literacy onto your resume, but also then share that directly with candidate employers that are looking to employ people that have got the experience and certifications and validations. So it's not just about placing you with an employer. AusPath goes further. What we do is we actually look after your pastoral care and advocacy services by plugging you into different stakeholder partners services such as Catholic Super and their healthcare benefits and the holistic healthcare benefits that come with that, financial services as well. But we also assist you in orientation when you're in Australia. So you're never going to be left on your own to fumble through the system. It's a big commitment to come to Australia, especially if you have family there as well. One of the things that we do not encourage is if you're coming to Australia on your own, don't bring your family with you initially until after you've secured a position. You work in a area under what they call the mandatory probation period. That's usually 6 months. That time is the time of discernment. It's not just for the employer to make sure that they're happy with you, but also that you're happy with the employer when you're going. So what we're doing is we're making sure that you're going to be settled into an area and that you're going to be comfortable to bring your family there. So it's responsible governance of your own lifestyle and your own employment. We've aligned ourselves with Australian chaplaincy services, Filipino chaplaincy services. We're in line with your culture and needs, and we can assist you with everything, including setting up local bank accounts, procuring professional indemnity insurance, which again is one of the requirements of your registration, of your licensing as a registered nurse in Australia, discounted private health insurance, and of course assisting with setting up your superannuation accounts. Now with Catholic Super, Michelle, I'll just get you to come back on off mute as well. Catholic Super, we do have an opportunity for members to join Catholic Super for free. It doesn't cost you anything, but you can have benefits, access to the services prior to actually coming to Australia for employment. So when we know that you are ready to come to Australia, you're going to be sitting your OSCE, or we have offers of contracts of employment, we can actually sign you up, get you a free membership with Catholic Super, and you then immediately start having access to those other benefits that Michelle talked about. So Michelle, do you want to go a little bit through that?
Yes, so like Frank mentioned, it costs nothing to go online to our website and join via the portal Frank was talking about, or you can.
We do have a link on the AusPath website
fantastic.
too.
Yeah, so you can do it directly through that link. In the first instance, when you open an account with Catholic Super, the contribution from the employer does go in, but we do open the account for you, so you have the ability to log on online, have a look at your what we call dashboard, which is where all the services are kept, and use all the articles. We have videos where you can learn. You get access to someone like me who is able to walk you through things if you'd like to talk to a real person. We don't have any robots at Catholic Super. We are very well equipped with our very own internal call centre, which is located here in Australia, in Victoria, and then you have your dedicated personal concierge, so that would be me. You have the ability to schedule an appointment beforehand, or you can just wait until you come here with your employer, and you can actually receive a welcome call, a personal welcome call, Catholic Super. So there's things like the knowledge, we call it a knowledge hub, which has a range of very short videos where you can learn. There are articles that you can read in your own time about all those things that I've talked about prior. So you have access to lots of different levels of service. It really depends on your personality and how you like to learn. So something for you.
Thank you very much, Michelle.
You're welcome.
And that concludes our presentation there, unless we have any other questions that have come through, Rachel.
Yes, Frank, we have a question coming from Jello Gubala. I had my interview with your staff a month ago, and I'm about to take the NCLEX this month. I just want
Fantastic.
to, I'm going to be assessed through ANMAC. The employer will shoulder the fee. Thanks.
Yeah, so the ANMAC skills assessment fee is actually, generally it's free. So the Australian government pays for that. It's not you or the employer. Okay.
There's no other questions apart from Jello's question anymore, Frank.
No problem. Well, we thank everyone for their attendance today, and we especially thank Michelle for her time to come through there. It's always a pleasure to speak with you, Michelle, and it's always been we always enjoy the wealth of information that comes through from yourself and directly from Catholic Super. So we wish everyone. Thank you, Michelle. So we wish everyone a lovely evening, and thanks to everyone for their attendance.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Michelle. And to all our viewers, if you happen to miss the first session on our webinar regarding the services that AusPath can help you, please feel free to go over that video via the Facebook page of AusPath. One comment also here, Frank, coming from Lom Dunela Inario. May I know when exactly this year is our interview? He or she already made an account last May.
Oh, okay. So yeah, basically just reach out to us. We'll have a look at, so just through to admin@auspath.agency, and we'll ensure that our HR manager, Jubby, will be in touch with you immediately.
So everyone, thank you for the valuable time that you have shared with us. So just a reminder as well that we are providing bi-weekly webinar session. This information session will be very helpful for you once you're going to already transition your career from the Philippines or outside of the Philippines to Australia. So please keep updated, be updated with the webinar sessions on our schedules via following the Facebook page of AusPath Agency. Thank you so much, and we look forward to serving you on your career progression. Good afternoon, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.